Welcome back, Smutterflies!
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday indeed.
But it's a Tuesday for
Another
us.
week where we're not recording
No,
on a Monday.
no, we're not. It's a Tuesday because bit of a different style this week, guys. We are doing book and author. Oh,
Mash up!
I was going to say Eiffel Tower then, and that's not the term, is it? That's not the term. Double stacked.
Yeah,
What's the name
mashed.
of the chocolate bar?
Double decker.
Double decker. Thank you.
And if you're watching the video footage, if you're
Yeah.
on YouTube or Patreon, you're going to be like, whoa, different setup. We have just done the author interview prior to recording this. It is storming a gale outside, and our studio is in my garage. And the thought of carrying all our equipment out to the garage, I just said, one off, we're going to record in the house.
Well, and we were set up in here for the
Yeah.
author interview, and in our defence, it's really stormy, so it'd probably be a bit like,
Yeah.
and it'd be cold.
We're so cold.
And this doesn't mean anything to anyone listening, but we're going live after this.
Yeah.
So we are doing like three
back
things. So
and
like, we
forth
just need
and
a bit
moving
of,
about. And because we're in my home library, you can see Non
Oh.
from Daughter of Stone. You can see Non and Dylan from Daughter of Stone. I think you're blocking Dylan.
Oh, sorry.
Dylan's
I was
behind
going to
you.
bring them up to the... Sorry, am I blocking him? Where is he?
The other side of you.
Oh.
Anyway, oh, there's Jazz.
Oh, there he is.
And there's Dylan. Anyway. What are you currently reading? Whoa!
I literally have like 4 minutes left of the final chapter of Blooms of Darkness, and I was sat on your drive, but I was like, I can't give this in because I'm going to be late for the author interview. But I will finish it probably by the time I get to the bottom of your street.
Yes. Are you enjoying?
Yes, but what I didn't realise is, so all the chapters up until like chapter 36, I remember the number, are read by the female narrator because they're all from the female's perspective. And then there's like 2 chapters. Oh my God, have you heard his voice?
No.
Oh. I was like driving and I was literally at the
roundabout.
Yeah. And I'm just like, it was like I was like, what's the word? Like baptized. And I came up from the water and I was like, ah! It is, it's just everything and more. So that was lovely. So I'm nearly finished with that. I'm still reading The Ascended by Parker and Greenwich and Lennox. I do it all the time. Greenwich and Lennox, I'm like 30% of the way through that, loving it. And I also started If Not For My Baby, which is Kate Gordon's Hosier romance. And I've never been, honestly, so fucking pumped for a book. I'm so like...
Is it our next episode?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Let's have a look. You talk.
Talk.
You.
Fill
Talk.
space. I am not reading. Oh no, I am. I'm reading.
It is.
It's next week. I'm reading Out of Embers and Shadows by
Shelby Oval.
Shelby Oval. It's my author spotlight. I have finished The Ascended, and I need you to finish it.
I know, I've seen loads of people, like all the arc reviews that they keep like sharing that, and like obviously don't show the spoiler.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh my God, the ending, oh my God, the ending.
It's going to be in my reads of the year when we do our reads of 2025.
It's in there.
I like top spot at the moment, probably. Oh. Yeah. Well, maybe second.
Okay.
Daughter of Stone, then The Ascended. Rude. I need. Oh my God.
I'm excited to finish it.
If you finished it, slide into my personal DMs because let's talk. And I finished Hopelessly Teavoted, which is what we're talking about today.
And I also finished that, yes.
So I'm going to start If Not For My Baby tonight.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
Yeah. So I'm going to start If Not For My Baby, and then I need to read the second Phantasma. What's it called? Enchantra.
Oh, I am literally like, I was reading your list earlier.
So you pinned
it.
I
keep searching for it and can't find it. And I was like, I'm just going to pin it because I can't find it.
Bees pinned a comment and I was like, I knew that reading list would come in handy.
Yeah, it was 100%. It's good for me. I need to, because I was like, I finished Hopelessly Teavoted. I need to read The Ascended, but I've got to like October the something for that.
Yeah.
So I was like, what do I need to read next? I thought it was Phantasma and Enchantress. So good job you did that, because I would have not have read. I knew we were going to do it for my baby. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, a normal admin. I don't want to belabor the point.
Well, and with this being a book/author episode,
we need to condense it down.
I actually ended up cutting so much. Oh my god, editing last week's episode. Oh my fucking god.
I said sorry 4 times.
Not just you, just everything about
Chaos.
it. It's just a fucking nightmare. It took me nearly 4 hours to edit it. That's why I went up so late last night, because I started it. I was 2 hours in. I'd only made it to 30 minutes into the... And that was cut. I cut about, I'd say about 15 minutes. So it was like 45 minutes in.
Sorry, ma'am.
It's fine. It's not just you. But I'm going to cling film your fucking arms to your sides.
No,
so
I'm going to move the boom arm.
No, good.
We need a new setup.
We do. We need a table. I know. We just need to... I know. But we're on Patreon.
We're on Discord. We're on TikTok Live. We're on Throne.
And social media.
Yeah.
And if you would like to have a live stream episode at the end of the month, every month, and you get it early, Patreon Full Frontals here is the place to be. And if you listen to last week's episode and you're like, who are these people they keep talking about that are commenting as they go? You get to do that as we record. So if you want to be like in the conversations, particularly when we're doing like the Wingspan episodes, the MMC drafts, like there's so much fun. We try and line it up with those type of ones. Then join our Full Frontals here, because you can ask your own questions. You get an exclusive Q&A with us at the end, and you get to natter away. Yeah, you double-deckered all the way through.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Don't think so.
Stunning.
So why are we here?
Honestly, I'm so out of sync.
Okay, ready? Why are we here? Hopelessly Teavoted. Hopelessly Teavoted by Audrey, Goldberg, Ruoff. This is the art copy. Yours won't have this advanced reader sticker.
Is this the final cover? I'm pretty certain it is, right?
Yours won't have this sticker, but look how cute they are.
So cute.
Hopelessly Teavoted is a tea shop. This is the tea shop. This is Emily Lickinson, the cat.
Sam's doing show and tell for the class.
This is Emily Lickinson, the cat named after Emily Dickinson. And it's just lush.
It is lush. I was looking for the specific release date. So it actually...
16th.
Oh, I was on the fucking book. Sorry, I didn't realise. I thought it was the 19th in my head. I don't know why.
And that's why I said to her...
No, I know. I just couldn't remember the date.
So it's officially out right now.
Yes, it came out on the 16th. Yesterday. But as of right now, it's not. But
sorry, we keep talking over each other. And she lined up her release date with Bisexual Week.
Yeah.
So happy Bisexual Week.
Happy Awareness Week, all you bis.
And this book delivers on the bisexual.
Yeah, the MMC and the FMC are well, yeah, no, FMC and MMC are both bi, and it's just a delight. And we were like, as soon as it like landed in our inbox as a suggestion, we were like, what better way to celebrate Bisexual Week?
Yeah, and it's lush. It's absolutely lush.
Bi witches and bi devils.
Yeah, it's about witches and devils. That was so obnoxious.
So if you're listening to this episode, we appreciate this book has only just come out, but you know us, we can't not do spoilers. We're going to try our best to not make it super spoilery, but this isn't an author spotlight. This is a full deep dive, so prepare to be spoiled.
So the book is about Azrael and Vickie, childhood next door neighbours.
Yeah, and you know, I've read a few of like childhood friends to lovers books recently, right? And if you just said to me before reading any of the recent ones, are you that trope? I'd be like, no, it's not for me. Like it's almost like too romantic for me, because I hate everyone that I met as a child. Like I would rather shit my hands and clap than bump into like my next door neighbour that I probably fancied when I was 10. So I know I naturally would say it's not for me. However, this book and what else? Oh, Chronicles of Kings and Councils by Meg Edwards have completely like flipped me. So I like it in fantasy. I don't like it in real life.
That's why we like fantasy.
But I don't really like anyone in real life, so I don't like men. Fuck 'em.
Just about tolerates me.
Yeah,
So
there we are. So yeah, I actually when I started, I was a bit like, but nah, fucking give me 10 of them. I loved it.
the yearning, burning, angsty, will they, won't they, just fucking do it.
And I think what helps with a lot of childhood friends to lovers is like often there's been a long separation. So that really, and that happens in Chronicles of King's House as well. Like it really helps build that tension, because spending all your time together until you're like 25 is a bit like, well, why haven't you shagged? You know, like why haven't you done it?
I mean, they did in
Did they do the
college.
deed, or did they just kind
Yeah.
of was a bit like, I did wonder, it's not really specified, is it? Like, was there penetration involved?
He ran away anyway, so
I know.
really Azrael.
I expected better of him.
He's hot though.
Oh, oh. And again, I was like, like boy next door, because she's very girl next door. She's super bubbly, but she's really fun. Like, she's a girly pop, but like, I love that she doesn't care that she's like really like,
In a big pink fur coat.
yeah, I love that she's really unapologetically that. But I was a bit like, oh, is he gonna be like, I don't know, maybe a bit too like, I don't know, maybe too charming, if that makes sense.
Oh, he's moody broody.
Yeah, he's so
So moody
angsty.
broody.
As soon as it said that he's gonna be the English teacher,
Hot for teacher.
I was gone. Because an English teacher who writes poetry with cable knit jumpers and is a Hosier fan, like, was this man written for me?
Yeah.
If I'd have been his student, IRL,
Hot for teacher. And then she's a girly pop Swifty fan.
yeah, it was cute.
She like not gets kicked out of her parents' home, but she gets cut off by her parents, so she just has to like pack a bag and go. And her most treasured things to pack are her pink fur coat and all her matching underwear.
So there's a lot of references at certain times that, like, the pink coat, I think at one point, there's maybe like a peach crop top and jeans look that are all like Swifty references. I need to see them.
Yeah, there's one as well. That's the music video, isn't it?
Isn't there like a white corset dress that's supposed to be like What You Made Me Do?
Yes, and she makes reference to it quite a lot.
Yeah, she does.
The puns. Can we just talk about the puns?
I'm not normally a pun person, but I think because in this it was seen as being like, it was almost supposed to be like cheesy, it's supposed to go like, oh, you know, like, I kind of liked it.
Yeah, so basically the town that they live in, like it's almost like a town tradition that everything is named quite like punnily. There's like the pubs are puns, the shops are puns, the tea shop's called Hopelessly Teavoted. There's a Star Wars bar and all the drinks and like the nachos and things
Yeah.
are named after like Star Wars things. It was just so funny.
And I think it fit this setting really well, because if I had to sell this book, and everyone will do it differently, I would say like Adam's Family meets like cinnamon bun pumpkin spice meets like Gilmore Girls. And I think because like it's like Gilmore Girls, right? It's so whimsical. It's like this New Englandy like little town, you know, we have harvest festivals. Like, you can get away with having silly names. And I just think it works so well. Like, okay, if you were maybe in a super epic fantasy where like it like,
Yeah,
maybe not.
you couldn't drop a pun into Throne of Glass, could you? Like it just
No.
wouldn't fit the setting.
But I like that it kept it whimsical,
Yeah.
right? Like it kept everything not so serious.
Yeah, well, we have texts about this book, but not a lot.
No.
And when you got here tonight, I said to you, it's put me in my autumn, like witchy era. Like I'm ready for all those kind of books now.
Yeah.
Like the autumn era of books and like being witchy and spooky.
Yeah, and it was just, again, for me more so like refreshing to read something that it pretty much is a standalone, although we get into that because the author interview is straight after, which I won't talk too much now, but we've got more information on future books. But it in essence is a standalone. Like, it was just nice to like, it's easy breezy, like, but still the yearning is like his yearning is, and we didn't talk about this, and like again, it's a little bit of no, it's not really that much of a spoiler. They get cursed, so they can't touch. So for the first, like, what would you say, maybe less than a third, there is a lot of yearning, and it eventually escalates to kind of like I'd say a rub down in the car, really. And then she accidentally summons his parents from the dead in the backseat, which was fucking
What a
hilarious.
boner killer.
But his parents are a fucking horn fest.
They're a
Like,
sex dungeon.
if they want a third, like in the afterlife, like I'm open to it.
She sounds hot.
They both sound
Yeah.
hot. Did you see he had silver hair? I'm sure maybe I found this on the author's Instagram or maybe it was on their website, but there's a photo of them. I know I need to find it for you because I've definitely seen it. Yeah, his parents are so sex positive, so I don't think they would have given a shit if they didn't care.
And they were so in love.
Oh, so in love.
I've never read a couple that love each other so
lovely.
much. It was so stunning.
But from then on, they can't touch.
And having to get creative because, like, what's it called? Grave dirt?
Yes.
And it makes you
truthful.
It's like truth serum.
Yeah.
So, like, they get grave dirt thrown over each other and then they're just basically hornballs for each other, telling each other how much they want each other. And I was just all the way through, I was like, give her the letter, give her the letter,
oh,
give her the letter. Yeah. And then when you read the letter of like an 18-year-old's love put on a page and then written a poem and
How did you feel about the leather glove and lube?
Fine with it? Hot. I
loved his magic. But the best one, 100%, was the shower scene.
Oh, the shower scene.
That was so... And, like, we touch on it with the author after this, but, like, for me, I wouldn't say I assumed it'd be easier, but it was interesting to hear the author say that they actually found it more difficult. Because for me, surely as soon as two people can't touch, everything is hotter. But then, yeah, how do you have...
forbidden fruit.
Yeah, but how do you have spicy scenes where there's no touching?
How funny was it? After the suit of armor scene, and Priscilla's like calling after Vickie, and she's like, "Your shirt's on inside out."
Oh, so funny.
She's like, "Damn his quick fingers."
Yeah, it's so funny. Oi, oi. Yeah.
Honestly, I could just do a whole episode just on the smut.
Because
it wasn't like smutty smut, but it was so tense and angst and like it just made it all so much hotter.
And I think when I started it, I maybe didn't expect the MMC Azrael to be so brooding. But like
hot.
I think maybe in I wouldn't say super short, but it's not humongous. I mean, we've got it here.
Yeah, it's like 340 pages.
Yeah, I think to create the yearning that the author does in a standalone is really clever because it's the kind of yearning that can take a series to build, right?
Yeah. When we do books like this, I usually read the blurb at the beginning.
You do you?
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well.
Find the blurb on our website.
Crease right at the end when they went to bone that he's like and then he lifts all the hair off the bed.
God. He's so like thoughtful, isn't he?
I know. Yeah, sorry, I just need to share that to you.
That's okay. There is plot, sorry. All I've done is talk about smut and angst and yearning burning. There is like a, would you call it a murder mystery? Or
like a we need to break the curse sort of do these things and we break the curse.
And there's deals with devils.
Yeah.
So the deals with devils and the different devils play a big part in this.
Yeah.
Azrael is from a family of witches, so there's a lot of magic.
Oh, and one thing I need to mention, we didn't kind of talk about it with the author, but because again we're doing like a 50-50, so we couldn't have it like too in depth. But did you love like how like fucking woke his parents were? Wasn't that lovely?
They were so lush.
And like when they said like, oh, they like fuck someone up when Priscilla came out and they weren't cool with it, like, oh, I was just, and then like he says something like when he gets his classroom, he puts like a LGBTQ BLM flat. Like I was like, oh,
because his mum's got the LGBTQ ally in the shop.
Oh, and because she does this, is it like sultry Sundays? And that guy comes in like lingerie, and then the other guy's like making fun of him, and she's like, no, like this is a safe space. Like if he wants to wear like fucking like bra and knickers, like I just loved how like, oh,
was so
I know, it
refreshing.
was lovely.
How different as well to read about the COVID-19 pandemic in a book.
Yeah, really
I've
different.
never read a book that references the COVID-19
No, me
pandemic.
either.
Obviously, because it's still relatively recent, so like
Yeah.
it would only be books that were coming out like, in the last 5 years that would
Yeah,
reference
really
it. But
interesting.
there's obviously mention of the COVID-19 pandemic, and it might be a trigger warning actually. Like
It is, yeah, I think it is at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, this book contains off-page deaths of a character's parents due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It includes depression and anxiety, a brief fight sequence, and a reference to off-page relationship violence happening to a minor character, discussion of drug overdose, mention of gun violence, and toxic misogynistic behaviour. This book includes on-page sex, all of which centres clear consent. If you're sensitive to any of these things, please take care while reading. She's a very, I don't know what word I want to use.
A lot of people when I was reading reviews were saying like the political satire is very good because it's very like it's seamlessly woven in. It doesn't feel like punky at all. And I love that.
Yeah, and it all feels really genuine. I never felt like, oh, she's stuck an LGBTQ plus flag in you to tick a box. Like everything felt so genuine, and like I don't know, it just made my heart sing. Like having
it was lovely.
So much on page representation of different people in a book.
Like if apart from the fact that it was witches and demons, you could imagine that story happening, those lives happening somewhere in like New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Don't know if that's where, don't know. Vermont.
But yeah, I loved it. It was, like I said, it's really got me in the autumn, like witchy vibes.
It has. And we go into a little bit more detail in the author interview coming up.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Azrael or Lex?
Azrael. Like Lex is lovely. He's a Riz King.
Charming.
Yeah, he is, but like,
when they were talking about being kids and she said, oh my god, did you have sex Bridgerton style? When they're talking about being in like someone's garden party and he sneaks off.
I've not seen it, so I don't get that reference. Is there sex in a garden in Bridgerton?
No, it's just funny. Yeah, lots of funny little punny jokes between them as well. Like the things that he says are just so hilarious.
Yeah, they were lovely, and I loved them.
Me too.
So thanks to
Audrey
and Atria, our mates over there, because they sent us Kiss the Basilisk, right?
Yeah.
But we hope you enjoy hearing the author interview straight after this.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We don't know what the cut is going to look like, but the episode does not finish here. We go straight into the author interview with Audrey. She answers questions about the writing, just like funny questions that we asked her about the characters. And yeah, if you end up picking up this book, please slide into our DMs. As always, we love to talk about books that we've read.
And join us next week for Kate Golden, if not for my baby. Where, right? You know how Sam was during Throne of Glass where she had fucking notes? You wait. I'm going to have lyrics. I'm going to have references. I'm going to have fucking... We're going to have a... What's it called? The thing at the end of an essay with all the numbers. Bibliography. Is that what it's called?
No. Your reference guide. Like your references.
That. All of it. It's going to be, I'm going to be like, right, you know here where Kate says this, actually, what it's referencing is...
You did? To this Hosier song.
When we were on holiday, our friend asked the question, why are you a Hosier fan? And I was like, you can't just expect me to answer that. And then like an hour later, I was like, I have the answer for you. And they were like, what? And I was like, and then I like reeled off a lyric and they were like, okay, I'm going to be fucking insufferable.
Obnoxious and insufferable. Just how I like it.
Enjoy.
Come back and tell us when you've read the book.
Sure. Hello, I'm Audrey Goldberg Ruoff, the author of Hopelessly Teavoted.
We are here to talk about Hopelessly Teavoted. Absolutely obsessed. And I'm sorry in advance for when this episode comes out, the amount I sing Hopelessly Devoted from Greece.
Oh, sorry. That's wonderful.
B was like, you need to stop singing this song.
I think we both did it last week though, right?
So, to kick us off, we're going to talk about Azrael, our MMC. How does being named after not one, but two devils affect Azrael's psyche?
So because he's in this family that's really Adam's family inspired, Azrael is he knows what it is to be loved for exactly who he is, no matter what his name is. So to some extent, he's a very anxious and at times depressed person. He does struggle with those things. But I like to think that his parents gave him that name and then they loved him so wholeheartedly with it that he doesn't like think too much of it, other than kind of in a joke. He's sort of the opposite of Lex, who is a devil and is maybe like a little bit more aware of his devilishness. But I won't get into his character too much just yet. But I think he knows that his parents love him exactly for who he is, name and all.
Absolutely. And it's funny that you say about the Addams family vibe, because we were just talking before we got on about Benedict and Persephone and just the love that they have for each other. Honestly, they warmed my heart. They were so, so lovely to read.
I love them. I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed them too.
And I think it was like so interesting to see, because generally we're both, Sam a little more than me reads a bit more contemporary, but we're generally pretty much like fantasy readers, like through and through. And it's like refreshing to read someone come from like a really healthy family situation, because usually in fantasy, like super toxic family, they're usually awful or like not with us anymore. But they were generally, so it was like so lovely to see that he came from like such a loving background. He has such fond memories of them.
Yes, though I did give Vickie the toxic family, so
yeah,
you're not
we still had it. So, what does buying a tea shop say about Vickie's inner rebel?
So she very much is willing to defy her family. I thought a lot about what good, healthy families look like. And because her family of origin is not that, she's willing to let go of all of that, to walk away from everything and take on this incredibly risky business of buying her own shop, of taking out a loan to do it, and just setting off on her own despite never having done anything like that before. So it shows that she is a rebel and that she's willing to choose her own family and have, I guess this is another fantasy thing that we like to do, the found family. So the family of choice is more important to her. And that's why it's especially important for her to buy this tea shop, because as you'll know if you've read, it did belong to Azrael's mother. And because they grew up next door neighbors, the Hart family was much more supportive and much more of a family to her than her parents ever were.
Yeah, I think that was like a really nice like duality between the two families. And I think it just made Azrael's family even more like special, because like not only were they so supportive of her, but then she also gets to like kind of immortalize them in this tea shop, right? And keep them like alive in her own little way.
Yes, and otherwise the tea shop would have turned into some sort of terrible chain. Not that there's anything wrong with chains, but it wouldn't have been Hopelessly Teavoted anymore, and that would have been sad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, talking about Vickie's gift, what would be your favorite thing that would be traded so people could summon you?
Oh my gosh, I love this question so much. It's so hard. It was hard to think of when I was writing these things. So I thought about it a lot. I think it would be, I was very close with my grandmother, and she unfortunately passed away last year, but she was very, very stylish always, to the point where when I inherited some of her old clothes and jewelry, she had like little charts listed out what goes with what item and what's the best pairing.
Oh my gosh.
So she was incredibly attentive to detail about what she wore. And she was very picky about clothes and about jewelry. But I had made her this extremely ugly set of a bracelet and a necklace when I was maybe 8 years old. I had beaded it myself. And I now know as an adult, it's not something she ever would have worn. But when I inherited all of her things, it was there like tucked in along with all of her beautiful, carefully selected things. And that was just so important to me. So I think that would definitely be like, you could summon me with that. I made it, and it also was with this person I loved for so many decades, and I had no idea she had kept that. So it's really special. I think that's what I would have.
Oh, that's
so sweet.
adorable. Oh my gosh, I love
I
that.
got goosebumps.
I know. When I was thinking of my own, it's probably something really like
Obnoxious.
Yeah, not as soulful by any means.
I'm sure I'd have obnoxious ones too. Well, what would yours be?
I don't know. I don't know what I'd.
I don't know when me and my partner Steve, when we went to Disneyland a couple of years ago, he proposed in Disneyland, and they have machines in Disneyland where you can like put a euro in and it changes it into like a Disney stamped coin. So we did it as soon as we got engaged, and it came out and it was Minnie and Mickey under the Eiffel Tower with like all hearts around them, and I was like, oh, that's really fitting, and it's on the shelf now in our living room. So I feel like that was something maybe that's close to my heart. But I mean, only from adulthood. I can't think of anything like from my childhood that I've kept.
Really sentimental. That's so cute. I think I have, when me and my husband, the night we met when we were in university out in a bar, it was Christmas, and what a terrible way to flirt, was taking the Christmas baubles off this Christmas tree in a bar and throwing them at me.
No,
and I still have one of them.
Material.
I know. And I still have one that I caught and put in my bag, and I still have it. It's just like a little silver bauble. So maybe that.
Yeah,
I feel.
Yeah, we're obviously a lot less sentimental.
But that was when
magic.
If we were going to pick for each other, then I would have said something so meaningless for you.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, like something off your
The
bookshelf.
Stanley Cup,
Yeah.
maybe. Okay, so did the no touching make it easier to write the 10 spicy scenes within this book, or did it make it harder in some ways?
I think it made it harder. It's more difficult. I had to be very creative, but I also think that the payoff was greater because of that, because the struggle was real. I wanted them to kiss. I really wanted them to kiss. And I found myself, when I was first drafting it, and even then in revisions, just pushing to want to get to like, can they, like, will there be payoff? What will happen? So it was definitely a challenge. I took a lot of inspiration from the show Pushing Daisies, but I also had to get really creative with, well, how can two people who love each other and are feeling very romantic thoughts toward each other, how can they express that without physically touching? And it's tricky.
And I feel like the one scene that like is the perfect example, because for us, we said this, like, I'm sure for you it was harder, but you know, as a reader, it just makes everything like so much more tense, so much more spicy, because like it's like the creative way of how can you still be intimate without touching, particularly the shower scene. I was like, woo, because like it just wouldn't it wouldn't like feel the same if they were touching, right? Because it would just kind of be like a shower touchy scene.
The scene in the car when he's talking about his ring smoking, I was like, probably means something, but don't care because I'm so into this right now. And then when it all had to stop, I was like, no, when his parents were there, I was like, oh, really?
I will have to say that both the car scene and the shower scene are 2 points where people that I know, like friends and family who have read this already, text me. They text me to say, why, Audrey, for the car? Like, why would you do that? And just, you know, lots of smoky, like hot emojis.
Yeah, that was
I'm pretty proud of.
Yeah,
that was pretty much all of our texts.
Yes,
were about like the angst and the yearning burning.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I'm so here for this.
Good, me too.
So I have to say, one of my favorite parts of this book was the pun names for like the shops and the bars. Like, I'm really like goofy and
yeah,
like
I love a pun.
a really silly sense of humor. So like the Star Wars bar, like everything just like ticked boxes for me. What was your favorite name pun in the book?
That's hard to choose because I too love a pun. I'm a teacher, and you can ask any of my students, current or former, and they'll be like, oh yes, this woman loves puns too much. But I think I'm gonna have to go with Emily Dickinson the cat, who is of course named after Emily Dickinson. Though it's a tough choice. There are a lot of puns that I was really proud of in there.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
I loved it. And just like all the dad jokes and the little play on words like between Vickie and Az, I loved it.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Thank you. They're nerds together.
Yeah, 100%. And I love how it's kind of like us actually, how like she's the Swiftie and I'm the Hosier fan, because that's us. Like Sam was a little ahead of me at one point, and she texts like, he's a Hosier fan, and I was like, yay.
course he is.
Yeah, of course.
Who
Absolutely.
else would get that kind of male longing and yearning?
Yes. 100. Like, he writes poetry. He has to be
Yes.
a Ozier fan. So how did you balance plot with angst and yearning burning? Because the tension between Az and Vickie was incredible. How did you find balancing that between, plot?
That was tricky. I am fortunate enough to work with a really talented editor who helped me because I do have a tendency to lean into pining and yearning and angst. So it was nice to have somebody help me really look at it during revisions and make sure that we were threading through these pieces of the mystery that they were solving and what was unfolding at appropriate times. Because, you know, if I got lost in it too much, I might just keep writing pages and pages of yearning. So for example, one of the things I did while I was drafting is I wrote like 40,000 words of Benedict and Persephone's backstory, like how they met, just for funsies, just for me. And it's just like pure angst. I don't know that will ever see the light of day, but I will really dig into writing yearning for a long time. So the plot is important to me. Like, obviously that has to happen, but it is something that I go back and check for afterward to make sure I didn't get too in my head.
You need to name your price for what we can give you to get that Benedict and just like, I need that, like I need air in my lungs.
I'm obsessed. Oh, if you want to release that as a novella, we'll also cover that on the
we'll
podcast.
take the novella.
I'll keep you posted.
If Azrael or Vickie were a tea blend, what would they be?
Okay, so I again had to think about this one. Azrael would be peppermint, but with like a vanilla twist. And I was thinking of that song. I don't remember the artist. You know, the guy that says like, I'm vanilla baby, I'll choke you out, but I'm not a killer baby. It's kind of that like balance. It's like, he's a little bit kinky. He's not going to hurt you. He will not. He would never hurt you. But he also would help you explore whatever it is that you're into. So I do think he'd be that peppermint with a twist. Relaxing, but there's like a little bit something else in there. And then Vickie would definitely be a highly caffeinated black tea. I'm thinking with a blend of like strawberry and cornflower. So you have that lightly like floral note and that lightly like fruity note too.
I love that. And the contrast between them.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Love that.
So did any characters surprise you and take the story off course when you were writing this?
Yes. When I first set out to write it, Lex was supposed to be just villainous. But as soon as he stepped onto the page, it kind of like fully formed in my mind. I was like, oh no, I like him. He's a devil, but he's like really handsome. He's got this kind of Luke from Addie LaRue and the Darkling energy to him. And I just found myself wanting to forgive him for all of the things he does, even though he does some pretty terrible things plot-wise in the book. So he got away from me. And he became this charming, sexy character instead of the big bad villain.
Because I genuinely thought for a second when he came on the page, like, is this going to be a why choose? Like, is this going to be like?
I wasn't entirely sure either. Once to be honest, again, I was like, okay, so this will be the villain, and then I wrote him, and I was like, oh, and they would both like him. Oh.
Yeah,
him flirting with Azrael as well.
Oh,
I was just like, oh,
yeah.
I'm so here for this.
Yes. He would. He would not leave anybody out of that kind of
100%.
So what comes next for you writing wise?
So I have written Vengefully Matched, which is a standalone companion to Hopelessly Teavoted that is slated for fall of 2026. And that is Priscilla Hart's story.
We were just saying this before we joined. We were like, I hope it's Priscilla.
Yes, it is a rivals to lovers sapphic rom-com that is a little bit Death Becomes Her inspired, and definitely very inspired by Sabrina Carpenter's Taste music video, which also takes on that Death Becomes Her. So they have that rivalry. They're really pranking each other a lot. And it's like Priscilla is dry and witty and gothy and a prankster. And the woman, you haven't met her yet, Agatha, that she is in this sort of rivalry with is this very sunshiny, straight-laced, organized, complete opposite of her. And it was just so much fun to write, and I'm very, very excited to be able to tell her story too.
Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking excited for that.
So we'll get Benedict and Persephone's novella, and then we'll get Priscilla's book.
Well, from your lips to my publisher's ears for the first one, but they have signed on to eventually match. So you will get Priscilla's story for sure.
Oh.
And then, you know, I would love to one day, again, I don't have this yet. I have like plans for Lex too, if anybody would ever give me the green light on that. I would just love to write him a story because I feel like
if you want people to support you, to breadcrumb or like whisper in ears, like we will be those people because we want that as well.
I just need more of him. Again, I didn't mean to create this monster.
So final question is 3 books you'll never stop recommending to people.
Okay, so Thank You for Sharing by Rachel Ronya Katz. And they also have another book coming out, Isn't It Obvious, in October, which I snuck in there. I know this is going to be more than 3 because of that snaky one, but it's so good. And then I'm going to go Fan Service by Rosie Downen, because it's a paranormal romance that just like had me in a chokehold right away. And I was just like rereading it over and over again. And then Love and Other Conspiracies by Mallory Marlowe.
Love that.
Yeah, I love those.
Amazing.
And 3 that we've not read, which is always nice because we can always add these to our TBRs 100%.
Oh my gosh. Enjoy. They're fantastic.
Amazing.
It's funny recording in the past because we do this all the time. We talk to ourselves in the future because obviously we're recording, but I have to say congratulations on the release, because officially now when this episode comes out, the book released yesterday, so congrats for that. That's absolutely amazing. And kicking off Bisexual Week for us.
100%.
I love that. I love that for all of us, for me, for the characters, for everyone.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
It was a cause close to our hearts. So as soon as we saw it, we were like, this is the perfect book. Like, yes, we need to talk about it. And we loved it. Yeah. And like we said, anytime you need somebody to like just talk about those other books and like pour honey in ears, like we will be those people.
Love that.